Hello and welcome to the video. This is a video to show how to change your standard Express ELRS connection to something that's going to be able to talk MAVlink telemetry, to be able to receive the MAVlink telemetry wirelessly back to the radio from the model, and then also pump it out from the radio into some kind of ground control station. It's not particularly tricky. There's a handful of steps. It's all completely documented in the wiki for Express ELRS. I'll put a link down below so you can go and check that out and read it up. It's worthwhile checking that because though the process as I'm recording this is current, it may improve over time. And there's only three things you have to do, right? You have to configure your flight controller, and currently most of us will be using Ardupilot with MAVlink, but people like iNav and stuff are getting more iNav stuff in there, particularly in things like iNav 9. There's a lot more MAVlink goodness in there. But you're going to have to configure the flight controller to send MAVlink telemetry back to the radio. You're going to have to configure the radio to know it's getting MAVlink, and then finally configure something called the backpack, which is a separate RC system in the radio or module itself, and we can actually transmit that telemetry wirelessly, or we can do it over a USB cable. I'm going to do it wirelessly in this demo because realistically that's how we're probably going to do it at the field, and it's dead easy. It's not actually too tricky. So let's take a standard Express ELRS setup and go through each of the steps. Now, before I get into that, let me talk a little bit about this, because this isn't the panacea and the silver bullet that many claim it to be. In my experience playing with this, the bandwidth is relatively low. So that means that in terms of monitoring the flight, it's great. If you want to do a full parameter download or those kinds of things over it, that's not really very good. There are lots of other ways that you can do this. And if you are going to be properly monitoring and talking to your craft as you fly around, I would recommend looking at some of these other options. The first one is something called MLRS. It's another LoRa-based radio system like Express ELRS, but it's actually built from the bottom up for MAVlink. That's what the M in MLRS stands for. I've not played with it a lot here, but the data rates are a lot higher, so consequently it's better for those kind of higher demand systems. All the professionals that I've ever bumped into when they're talking about telemetry, MAVlink telemetry over long distances, are using things like the RFD 900. Loads of places have them, like 3DXR and others, so you can get those relatively easily. They need decent amounts of power, they can give you a huge amount of range, but that's what the pros use. There are lots of other telemetry style radios kicking out that will kind of do the same thing. Or the way that I'm doing a lot of it at the moment is by installing something called the Kahuna from Beyond Robotics. That's a little device that you plug into a telemetry port, set it up for MAVlink, and it creates a Wi-Fi hotspot that you can connect to it in the same way that you connect to the Wi-Fi hotspot that the radio is going to create. Range on that is up to about 2.7 kilometers. They're not particularly expensive and they're dead easy to set up. I'll actually put the link to that Kahuna video where I set mine up here in the description down below. I've actually put it on my radio control helicopter for the tuning that I'll do when the weather gets better in spring. So with all that said, let's get into the weeds. First of all, let's configure the flight controller to talk MAVlink over the Express ELRS connection. So when I'm connected to this little flight controller, this is a Cube Orange on the regular board. It has a little Express ELRS receiver plumbed into telemetry 1 and set up as we normally would. So the standard Express ELRS stuff and the telemetry is all working. However, there are a couple of things that you're going to need to change in here in order to get the MAVlink stuff to work. Again, this really relies on having Express ELRS 3.5 or later, and also the backpack 1.5 or later. Don't try this with 900 megahertz Express ELRS. It's just too slow. So what we're going to do is we're going to go into Mission Planner, we're going to go into Config, and we're going to go in Full Parameter List. There's a couple of things that you're going to need to change for the serial port that has the Express ELRS receiver connected. So in my case, this is serial 1. Again, there are these settings in the wiki for different flight control softwares, but I'm using Ardupilot as the vast majority of us will be doing it this way at the moment. First thing we have to do is set the serial protocol to 2. The serial protocol 2, by default, when you're setting this up, it's going to be something else for standard Express LRS, so you need to change that. The other thing you need to change is the serial baud rate. You need to change it to 460. That's going to set it to 460, 800, I think it is. By default, that's 57,600. So you need to change serial protocol and serial baud. The only other thing we're going to need to change is the RSSI type. The RSSI type needs to be 5, and those are the 3 things that we need to change. Don't forget, whenever you change anything, click on Write Parameters, and that will save everything onto the flight controller. Next job then is to grab the radio and to let the radio know that we're going to be playing with MAVlink, and then how to expose that MAVlink telemetry to a GCS. Now, the first thing we need to do is tell the receiver that it's going to be talking MAVlink to the flight controller rather than Express LRS. There are a couple of ways you can do that. You can either go into the Express LRS script on the radio, go into other devices, select your receiver, and then tell it it's MAVlink. Or the other way you can do it, if you're struggling with that, is just connect to the receiver via the Wi-Fi interface, which is what we have here, and then scroll down, and where it says serial protocol, just select MAVlink, save those changes, and then that bit is done. Now, the next thing we need to do is to swap it over. However, to do this, we have to be disconnected from the receiver. So I'm going to power the receiver off.
Telemetry lost.
I'm going to select normal, and I'm going to change it to MAVlink. And that's going to change it. And you'll notice that some other things now have changed and been grayed out. Don't forget, things like packet rate and things are going to affect both range and up, but also the amount of data that comes back. In the documentation, it talks about using a lower data rate. I would recommend probably 333 or below is probably where you need to be. So now we're on MAVlink. Let's power up the receiver again, and then we can be connected.
Telemetry recovered.
And now we have telemetry recovered. The next thing then to do, or the last thing on the radio, I guess, is to configure the backpack. So we're going to come down to backpack, and we're going to select that. We need to have backpack on. We need to scroll down to the telemetry option and click that. And we have ESP now, Wi-Fi. We're going to select Wi-Fi. Now, because we don't have Express LRS set up here to connect to the home Wi-Fi, it will create an access point called Express LRS TX Backpack with a number of numbers after it. Now we have it set like this, we can actually go onto the computer and finish the final steps. So here on the laptop, we need to connect to that new Wi-Fi access point. So if we look at the available access points here, we have a new one at the top. That's what we need. The default password is Express LRS, all lowercase as you would expect. Click on connect, and that's going to connect up. It might automatically open the browser as though you're going to be setting up the Express LRS configuration. Just close that out. Once you've got that, then fire up Mission Planner, and Mission Planner, if it's configured for UDP with the default port value, and not only is it going to immediately start, it's going to notice that there's already a UDP connection available. It's going to connect, and then it's going to start downloading all of the pieces. The big thing here is that in the top right hand corner, you can see it says UDP. That's what you needed to select it as. UDP will then, when you click OK, ask you for the default port. The default port number is 14550. I know it sounds a bit complicated, but just click OK, and then you should be in business. Now, for those of you that have done this over a more traditional USB cable or a more fully featured telemetry radio, you'll see how incredibly slowly these parameters are coming down, and this is the issue with this. I can speed it up by speeding up the speed of the Express LRS link. However, of course, when I do that, I'm going to reduce the range that I have available. So it's going to take a while to get all this data across. Once it's done this initial download of all the parameters, then we're just going to have the updates, because at the moment, even if I move the cube orange on the desktop, I'm not getting any updates in the HUD about the attitude of the aircraft, because it's just too busy pulling all the data down. So you just have to wait for this to finish before you fly, and then you will be able to get that data across. So there you have it. That's the way to do it. Isn't particularly tricky. Again, the golden rule with this is refer to the wiki, make sure that nothing has changed since I've made this video, but it does mean that you can get the Express ELRS system to take the MAVlink telemetry down from the model into the radio and then pump it out via a Wi-Fi hotspot out the side. Or again, if you wanted to, not shown in this little video, you can do it via a USB cable as well. However, I think most of us would probably just create an access point. That means that we can just use it wherever we are and connect whatever ground station we have to that access point and use it. So hopefully that's been helpful for those of you that have asked. Do stay tuned. If you want to see other things, do let me know. And as always, happy flying. Thank you for watching my video. Check out the playlist, and adding Pedantry 60 to your search terms will help you find my content. If you haven't done so already, please hit the like and subscribe button. It helps a lot. You can support the time I spend here answering questions and helping others by using the links in the video description.